You're listening to In My Humble Opinion with Maxilia Robinson and Charles Lewis. Only on 101.3 Jams.
IMHO Talk Show. We are still here in the booth in the building for the bottom of yet another show. Thank y'all for staying tuned with us. And as promised, man, we ain't gonna let you down. We're gonna keep the good vibes coming. And doing such, joining yours truly, Miss Max Razor Aaron, none other than the good Dr. DJ Marvelous, Richard DJ Marvelous Johnson.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, what's up, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good. What's up?
Great. Good. Yeah, and I also joining you from the Hit the Deck Entertainment crew, Wayne Black Market Minor. What's up, Black Market?
What's up? I am a Joe. How y'all doing up there?
Hey, look, Wayne always hype. Right?
Yes, sir.
Always hype.
You gotta hold it back.
I woke up like this, man. I woke up.
You ever get told to calm down? Just talk regular.
Yeah. I'm a trap.
He says what I get paid to do. Hey, man, but thank you, brothers, for joining us, man, because this is fit, man, and I know we've been trying to connect for a while. I think the people are really going to appreciate this. For those that don't know, Richard DJ Marvelous is the CEO of Hit the Deck Entertainment, man. And, over the past year with COVID and everything, the game has changed, right? It's like,
yes, indeed.
Sort of like I'd venture to say your bread and butter to a lot of extents had to get put on hold because of this pandemic, man. But like we were talking, leading into this, and Razor was saying, man, like the way that you guys developed and the way that you have your business model is so crucial and needs to be heard, man. So want to dig into that. But let's start. For those who don't know the history, tell them about HTD, man, Hit the Deck Entertainment, how it came to be and who it consists of. Yeah,
so Hit the Deck Entertainment goes way back. I know I got baby face and all that, man, but I've been DJing since 1983. And I was doing this back when I knew Wayne's dad, actually. But my crew consisted of me and my brother Footloose.
Shout out to Footloose.
Yes, yeah, and all of my friends. You know what I'm saying? We had a breakdancing crew. We tried every aspect of hip hop you could think of. We did graffiti. We were breakdancers. We were rappers, and we were DJs. And because we just were enamored with hip hop, and we did our thing DJing. We were kids, man, DJing in clubs and all that kind of stuff. Our father was in security, so we were safe. So it was real positive environment. Because I always say that young people, you got to have a hobby, and or a passion, right? So that was our hobby, that was our passion. So we stayed out of trouble because we did that.
Good.
And that's the origin of the whole crew. And then, not just to fast forward, and I'm not going to jump the line here, but I linked up with Wayne later on due to the fact that he, I know he was a known rapper. I know his history and so forth, but he got on the team around 2012, 2013-ish. And it's been rock solid, going crazy ever since.
Dope, nice, man. And I see you got the Norfolk State sweatshirt on. We just had City Council candidate Juan Diego Wade, big proponent of HBCUs, and I know that you are as well, man. And so like both of y'all NSU grads, man. But how did that play a part in the culture? Because I know that education and that development and your like business psyche, I'm like shouts out, to the HBCU Norfolk State. I'm like, how did that play a part in your business development?
So, I was a business major from the beginning anyway, right? So I've been playing music my whole life, and not until I read a couple books and then I actually went to college did I determine that I probably need to refocus my business approach to business per se. And that kind of helped me look at my hobby and taking my hobby, because I'm gonna spend all this time. I'd been growing, getting older, and you can't just go hang out and party all the time without some sort of return on it, right? So right. I kind of made my hobby corporate, and everything that I did is I tried to treat my little small business like it was a big, massive, major, structured corporation. And that's what I try to do. We have, I screen who works for me. I have real marketing. I have real promotion. I have real advertisement, and I have real operational. I was a soldier for 23 years, so I conduct I run my business the way I ran my Army organization.
That's deep.
And it's nothing, no negative connotations here, but structurally, as far as how you manage and lead and influence people, it all goes back to my time in the military. And I overlaid my military training and my military approach to my business. And to put a bow on what you said, when I go to Norfolk State, you're not treated. You go to an HBCU, young folks, if you're listening, you go to an HBCU, you're not treated like an outsider. You're treated like family. And it's all. And I heard all these crazy stories about you go to Norfolk State, there's a bunch of mayhem and all of this stuff going on. It was nothing at all like that. It was super culturally significant time in my life. And it's been a very rewarding experience. And I tell anybody, if you are thinking about going to college, look into some of these HBCUs. Because it'll speak to you. It'll speak to your soul. And it'll keep, whatever fire you got, whatever you got down inside you, it'll bring it out of you.
Yeah.
The listeners weren't expecting to hear that from a DJ.
Hey, more than a DJ.
Look, I went to Dell State too, and I can speak firsthand. Is that, man, when you walk into an HBCU, it's just a feeling. It's a culture thing. You can't even put it into words. You even hear songs differently. I know it sounds weird. You hear music totally different, but let me get off that, man.
Nah, this is all good stuff, man.
You're exactly right.
Yeah,
y'all promoting black excellence. Ain't a thing wrong with that.
That's right. Hey, I'm gonna kick it to Razor too, because I know Razor had a good point, and maybe Wayne can chime in first on this. In regards to the brothers, developing themselves as men.
Their social growth outside of the music. Both of them are my friends. Both of them are from where I'm from in Orange County. Wayne, let's talk to you first. Okay, you got to a point where you said, you know what? I want to grow my personal self, and you went back and facilitated your education and go after and obtain a goal that for a lot of people, if you didn't get it by 16, 17, 18, they just forget all about it. What made you go back and complete some of your education and grow?
Can you hear Wayne? If you can't hear him, I can answer for him because we've had these deep conversations about
it. Oh, yeah. You go ahead and chime in first.
We were... several years ago, we started doing community events, and we were having scholarship drives and all of these types of things, right? So Wayne, we saw how it really touched a lot of young people in the community, and Wayne said, "Man, we up here, we giving away scholarship money, we creating an outlet for kids to come together and do, basically participate in their community." So Wayne said, "Man, I didn't finish high school though." And I said, hey, well, you know what you got to do, man. And look, I beat around. I didn't really say, hey, go do it. It's not my place to do that. But we would talk about these things quite a bit because they saw me continuing my education. He said, you know what, man, if the boss is doing it, maybe I ought to do the same thing and be an example for the young people.
There you go.
So he went, and I always say, man, I continued my education for years. I guess we talked about this. Wayne did it when he was in his 30s. He went to get his GED, and he didn't have to do that. I think that's a very admirable decision to make. And it really touched me, man. Because he had a sense of accomplishment on his face at his graduation that I went to, and man, it touched me, man. I mean, I got a doctoral degree, and then seeing this young man get his GED after all of that time, man, it really touched me. Yeah, it talked to me.
Well, let me ask you this then: when it comes to, like you said, you kept your education going. You did 23 years in the Army. 23
years, yes.
You did 23 years in the Army, and then when a lot of, especially black men, get to a certain age, we start focusing on what goes for our children or what grows, what brings us money. What made you decide that continuing your education was the best thing that you could do?
Honestly, like I said, Troy, it's been an ongoing situation. The quest for knowledge should never, ever, ever, ever look. You can be anti-college all you want, but you should never be anti-education.
Okay,
Right.
well put.
So wherever you get that education is fine by me. But for me, I have friends, and it pays to be around people who are doing things that you probably want to ascend to, or And so anyway, I have a couple of PhD friends and so forth, and I say, you know what? I need to continue my education because I need to be one of these thought leaders. And what better way to do it than to further continue my education? I got a degree, my BS from Norfolk State. I got an MBA, and then I said, you know what? I want to continue my studies and my doctoral studies in business. And I went to and I did that because I said I need to be an example. In the beginning of my dissertation, I wrote, and you can check this. I said I wanted to go to school to continue my education, to show other people in my neighborhood who look like me that if I can do it, you can do it. Because I am not brilliant, but I can persevere. and that's really what it's all about. If you can get in there, you can hang in there long enough and just keep trying at it, you'll get there. I just wanted to be an example, that's all.
Gotcha. Now, how difficult is it to turn your hobby and your passion into a resource that, you make money off of?
Again, we were already making money off of what we were doing, but until I actually, and that's why I say you cannot be anti-education, because kind of taking my hobby and taking structure into organizing a personnel, my vision, my mission statement, and all of that, it allowed us to take a hobby into six-figure territory.
That's right. Say
like
so.
7 years running. 6-7 years running. You know what I'm saying? And I also realized I had to, you have to continually look at what you're doing and continue to take an audit of what you're doing and figure out how can I change the outlook of my business? How do I as technological advancements come up, how do I how do I change my business to go into the future? For one, I am 51 years old, so I know I can't DJ forever. I'm not going to be DJing forever. So what we did was we created a sound company, audio engineering company, and you can do that till you can't hear anymore. So it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? It's about the business and the service that we provide. And seriously, that's why I wish Black Market, I hope he get his audio right, so he can lean into some of this. But he's the young blood that's on our team, and he has that. You've seen him. He has that energy, and he reaches across spectrum. So he can talk to young people. He can speak to Black people, non-Black people, and everybody in the neighborhood, man. And it's infectious because, like I said, my company is about entertainment, academic scholarship, and most importantly, it's about peace. So it's about creating these in a good environment in the community, build relationships in the community. So that's where I'm at.
Thank you. Hey, yo, how about we take a quick?
Sorry for the long-winded answer.
Hey, no, you good, bro. I mean, this is good info. Y'all agree?
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm up here with two preachers' kids. I'm used to long-winded answers. Don't even
He always gonna run. He always
Deacon Razor.
He a new joke, man.
Yeah. Deacon Razor can be a little long-winded too. But no, seriously, let's man, we're gonna get even deeper into this conversation. Believe it or not, man, I have Can't wait to continue, man. So y'all tell a friend. Hit us during the break. Continue. We love the good feedback. It's Charles, it's Max, it's Razor, it's AA Ron, and we are joined by DJ Marvelous, CEO of Hit the Deck Entertainment. Like I said, continue to hit us up. Tell us what you like and what you don't like. Any questions you may have for them. Soak up the game, y'all. Man, young folk especially, man, soak up the game. And even the older folk, it's never too late to get it right. So, hey, we'll be right back. I ain't made sure, y'all. IMHO Talk Show. When we are here, y'all, Sir Charles, Miss Max, Razor, Aaron, still joined by none other than Hit the Deck Entertainment's own Richard DJ Marvelous, Wayne Black Market Minor, and we got the audio situated. So Razor, get you to pose that question to Black Market again.
Yeah. Like I was saying, when I looked at, we're all friends and whatnot. What made you go back and push your education after you had stopped going to school when you were younger?
Oh man, well, I just remember, man, hanging with the goats, DJ Marvelous, Rush Hour, all that, man. I got to talking to them, and basically, man, when I do my Black Market Sundays, all the kids, man, I like to keep them up in spirits, man. So, I can't do my job, without helping them. So they look up to me. So when I say, I want to go back and get my education, I can't. I can't just lead them wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm in a bad situation right here, though. But yes, going back and getting my education, man, was probably the best thing that could have happened to me, to be honest with you. I went back and got it when I was 36 years old. I had a mentor, like I said, DJ Marvelous again, man. I kind of pushed the agenda for me to go back because it's hard out here anyway, first of all. You need that education. I didn't realize it at first, but it hit me later on. Then, you can't be out here preaching and doing good and stuff like that and trying to educate the young ones without you having your own education. They gotta have something to look forward to look up to somebody. And I'm just trying to be that person. That's all.
Now, did fear come in play at all?
I'm sorry?
Did fear of going back and getting your education? Because, I know as black men, we always, we're supposed to be tough in every situation, right? We're supposed to not say that something is fearful for us or we're scared to do something. So how fearful was it signing yourself up to go back to school?
Oh my God. I was a little nervous because when you first get there, you actually have to, whether do people know it now, you actually have to take a placement test when you first get there. So when I first signed up, I'm thinking, well, first you have to get tutored and everything, but it's like a definitely on the spot test that you take right there. And I haven't been to school in 17 years. So when they throw the questions down on you, kind of looking like, whoa, it's kind of, you got to reflect back on all that you do know. It was definitely scary, man. I was definitely in the classroom by myself. That was another scary part. So all the attention was definitely on me, my teacher, and I want to thank her so much, though. But she actually came to my house when I didn't have a ride, picked me up. I'm talking like she lived 60 miles away. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely cared for me. My car broke down. I remember that day she came to my house, picked me up, and I knew right then and there that if somebody else cared for you, man, you gotta push yourself. You see what I'm saying?
That's that village mentality.
Cared that much for me, I gotta finish.
Yeah, man. You know what that makes me think of, man. I want to get y'all take on the talk when it comes to Jay-Z and even the news about the Versus Challenge. There was people calling Timbaland and Swiss Beats sellouts because they sold the likeness, the ownership of Versus to like a major company, but they're still on the board. Like they're still decision makers. Like they're still chief officers, right? And then like Jay-Z gets pinned with that a lot of times too. On is he really black business or is he constantly selling out and people give him a pass? Like, what's y'all take on that, man? Like when you see somebody come from the culture, because y'all remember in Marvelous, you remember Hammer. Hammer was called pop to commercial. Now hip hop is commercial. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so what's your take on those things, man?
I have conversations about all of this stuff. It's funny that we didn't coordinate this question. The fact is, man, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't in black business. And the fact remains, man, is you personally, you cannot determine or demand that Jay-Z do what he wants with his money. So
say that one more time for the people out there. At the
same time, man, if you develop a a thing, a good or service, it is your duty to sell that good or that service. So, however, Jay, you see, this is the problem, right? You don't know what Jay-Z's going to do now that he sold his stake in some of these enterprises. He might do something even bigger and better than the last thing he did.
That's true.
So, I'm willing. I'm the anti. I'm the type of person that's anti people who are always coming up with something bad to say about a situation. You sitting around waiting on Jay-Z to be perfect. He's not perfect, and he's not going to be perfect. But what he is doing is putting a dent in this in the corporate structure by doing his thing, and I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I also wanted to add that if people look at the history of Jay, and I go back to Rockefeller in '96, Jay, Biggs, and Dame said we built it to sell it. And a lot of people don't understand business in general, right? Because you don't say that when Donna Karan sold her name for $100-something million.
That's right.
You don't say that when Warren Buffett and all these other people that are invested in stocks and different businesses, they move out of positions every single day. And so I think because it's not a lot of us that anytime somebody makes a decision like that, it looks small. But in business, corporations are not. That's just business. People build things and they sell them. All the time,
man. A lot of times people don't.
And hold on, but no. But I would also tell people it's even more impressive if you really think about it, how quickly he built it, and how fast he sold it for a profit.
Right.
Think about some people smart out there. Some of us, some people been in business, ain't make a profit. They've been doing this 20, 30 years. You got. Jay built something in a 10-year period of time and sold it for $300 million.
And we need to also understand there's a difference between Jay-Z and Sean Carter. Jay-Z is the artist, right? So when people talk about Jay-Z sold something, no, Sean Carter sold it, the business part of it, the ex-drug dealer, the one who realized how to flip something. You know what I'm saying? So, but people like to group it all in one category.
You can learn a lot from Hov, man.
And another thing that Charles and I had talked about one time before in the barbershop is that when you're looking at Jay-Z, we see him on the mountaintop. Right? Jay-Z's looking at the clouds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's looking at what's above him. You can't see that from your altitude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. Like, until you get in certain rooms, you don't understand why certain decisions are made.
Facts.
Man, I had people second guessing my decisions in my small company. So I have a business plan, I have a vision, and I have a strategy for going towards my goals. And I don't lose a lot of sleep over it. I know what I'm doing is honorable, and that's all I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ Marvelous, I actually had a question. Now, I am going to say, I am from Queens, New York, and I had one mixtape. I was the St. Albans assassin. Only 3 people bought my tape. I had some Gemini XLBD 10s. I know what I'm talking about. I ain't get up to the techniques. But
did you have a question, or you just want to talk about
coins? That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to my mixtape that 3 people bought.
He watched that Biggie episode on the phone, trying to get his stuff out there.
Hey, I can be the hype man.
But actually, one job.
Hey, but actually, Marvelous, I actually want to ask you a question about, obviously, with what D Nice did last year with the quarantine, DJing it's totally different than when you actually started in the business. What transition have you made personally as a company to where DJing is now? And for somebody that's new getting into the DJ, what do you see the future of it as? Because DJ used to be local, and now I'm sure you see everywhere. You got DJs that are doing parties, and I didn't even realize this, going overseas, making hundreds and thousands of dollars at doing parties, not just doing hip hop, doing club music. Where do you see the future of DJing right now, since you're at the forefront and one of the best in the area to do it?
I think the whole bottom line is, man, it's going to be more virtual, and it's and I don't ever want to besmirch people's situations here, but the good thing, for lack of a better word, that came out of the pandemic is that people have slowed down long enough to kind of crystallize all of these, take all these ideas, and they crystallize. And they're taking the opportunity now to reach more people all over the world, and you can do that with a computer and an internet connection, and you don't have to do that by being in the room with people. It's a different set of skills. Just like DJing in the club is different than DJing on tour, but with just different DJing on the radio. Different, totally different animals. Yeah. So DJing in a room with nobody in there, but just you and the computer and the camera, it's a different ball game. But the bottom line is, man, we invented all this stuff.
Is it still an art? Is DJ still an art?
Yes, it is. Okay. It is. But it's people just like anything else, man. They got an app that'll make you you know, they got, for God's sake, they got a controller that can mix the beats for you, man. You know what I'm saying? But it can't pick the songs for you. It can't pick the songs for you. and your personality, like the personality that my MC, the Black Market, what he does, it cannot be duplicated with a computer.
Yeah, no, it can't.
Right?
Yeah.
So I got a question. I'm sorry.
Sorry, my fault. Sorry.
No, go ahead and finish your thought.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So speaking of songs, and I just want to put this question out there, and you know, you may have never considered this, but I just want to ask it. When it comes to the type of messages that some of these songs put out there, and listening to, you know, your thought processes and your background, do you ever, you know, just come into conflict with some of the music that you're putting out there for people to enjoy, listen to, dance to, understanding the type of messages that the song is saying?
I'll answer first, and I'll let Wayne jump in because he's a rapper and he writes a lot of this stuff. Okay. But for me, I do have a conscience, and I am very leery of the stuff that people are saying on these songs, and I will not promote craziness. I will not promote stuff that kills us and all of that. You know, it's just antithetical to the way I live, and I'm just not going there. So yeah, I'm very conscious of it. But Wayne's a writer of songs, so I'll let him say what he thinks about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very conscious myself. Yeah, definitely. You want to watch exactly what you say. People tend to listen to that and they basically just they just go on about what they want to say about it. But as far as me writing my songs, my messages, as you can see, Charles up there, Charles helped me with a lot of writing my songs back in the day. Charles, we want to go. You know,
appreciate that.
I was very raunchy with my rap, very raunchy with my raps, and basically it's a crowd that you're looking for. You know, and people don't want you in these clubs. Any way you want to perform, it's hard to get a performance with your music being raunchy. You want to look for good stuff. That's just me speaking in particular. Yeah. So when I sit down and write, I think about all the good stuff first before you get to all the raunchiness. I mean, that's just the way I do my music. Yeah. I'm a more conscious rapper now than what I used to be. More people listen to you that way. That's me. Probably that's what I think.
Hey, Max. Hey, Max, like, you know, the other parts of that too that I want the guys to touch on is like the space, right? The venue that you're in. And I think, and Wayne did actually allude to it, you know, as far as like, where are you and what the people are looking for, you know? Like sort of like any other business that caters to that audience. And one thing I think of is that Marvelous has the ability to be able to do a senior citizen event, and that looked like that's all he does. You know what I mean? Because of that professionalism and you know, catering to your audience. Like, so, you know, so anything to add on that, Marvelous, about like how you can sort of like, and that goes into how you've diversified HTD.
Hey, you know, I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. I want my product everywhere. So I mean, last year we did a high school dance. Middle-aged me, I did a high school dance, and it was 800 kids in there, and we killed it, right? But at the same, and then like a week later, we go do a party, and everybody in there is over 50 years old. So if you really are in tune with the music, and really, then this is what I tell everybody that I deal with: DJs, entertainers of all shades, of any type of discipline. You are trying to communicate to the listener, to the receiver. And if you're not, thinking about that, you're gonna miss the mark. So, you know, now I don't want y'all to think that we are so squeaky clean that I don't ever play a record with a curse in it. But
Definitely not.
but I am conscious of where we are and what we're doing. For instance, I go to a school dance. I'm not playing any of that.
Right.
You know, I go to a party where some people that are, you know, older, they don't want to hear that. So, but at the same time, I still want them to have a good time.
Yeah.
A wild party can be fine without it being dangerous and raunchy and so forth. But you just trying to satisfy the people, and you can do that without being disrespectful.
Hey Charles, I seen them get it jumping at a turkey drive for Avis Beasley.
Facts.
I saw him hit the deck.
That's on another level.
You know, and
passing out turkeys, it was jumping.
Yeah, and you know, and shout out to Footloose, man. Footloose schooled me on engineering go-go, because I remember, you know, I'm like your brother let me work with him, you know, like at a couple of events, and he schooled me on the nuances of how go-go is different, you know, because I come from more of a studio background. He's more of a live background, you know. So that's important. And Marvelous, I'm gonna shout you out too, because you know, like I do small stuff, you know, from a family, you know, things like that, you know, because you know, I have an event company, so it kind of comes with the territory, and I, you know, and of course I partner with y'all on that stuff. But one thing that you've taught me, and this is deeper than music too, it goes into business. Never forget one time you pointed out on how the music can control the crowd. And this goes to your professionalism of how you can see things getting out of control, like we 80s babies up in here, like, so we remember Rough It Off,
yes sir,
JYB, right? But I remember Marvelous, you talking about on how you can set the tone and the mood. So if you see things, you know, like kind of rising, you don't want to keep playing Rough It Off type songs unless you want to fight to happen. You know what I mean? Like you got to bring it down.
Tell them, Wayne, what have we incorporated as far as our show now to kind of calm things down? What let me see if he gets his.
Oh, we'll stop the music. I might tell jokes for 7 minutes now, just to calm the crowd down. Any little thing, man, that throws them off, to get them calmed down, to get us back on track. But you definitely, like you said, Charles, man, you definitely can pinpoint what something is about to happen. And you got to have that awareness to calm the situation down.
Yeah, man, look, what I thought he was going to allude to, though, Charles, is we'll play like 10 slow records in a row.
There you go.
And look, and I'm telling you, I know it sounds, for the people who are listening, it probably sounds crazy to you. But if you were there, you would know you see exactly what I'm talking about. Because sometimes, let's be clear, man, you know, when I do the SWOT analysis of how I approach a gig, right? I have to determine what are the things that can destroy this event, which can destroy my bottom line, and also it really impact people, right? So having things out of control is just not in my best interest. So like I said, what we did, we started incorporating classic slow music into and we do it in the middle of the gig when it's jumping, and the crowd don't know where this came from. But they enthralled by the whole thing. They're singing all the words and all that stuff. It sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's effective.
Yeah.
And let's just mention, 90s music is the best music.
Hey, give it up. And sorry,
one more time for the people.
Sorry if anybody that may be offended. That's the truth.
You can't get around 90s music. Anytime you play 90s music, if you're a DJ, you play 90s music and they're not bouncing, you need to end your career right there. That's your career. Your career is ruined.
And for those of y'all that's business people, that Marvelous just dropped the jewel when he was talking about SWOT analysis. That's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So when you develop your business, whether it's a home-based business or going out here paying rent somewhere, these are things that you need to be able to incorporate. Right. So you be in year 2, year 3, year 4. So I appreciate that. I did catch it though.
Yeah, yes it did. Yeah. And before we let y'all go too, man, like let us know, you know, like how you're maneuvering right now, and like some of your goals maybe post COVID.
I'll start.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I've done, man, since pandemic has been raging, I developed a YouTube channel which I interview local artists, and then it morphed into interviewing local business people. Local people of substance, sort of like what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But it's all on video, and I got all of the camera equipment and all this stuff, right? And my point is, people in our neighborhood have a story to tell.
That's right.
So I think it's all about empowering the people that's in my neighborhood or is where I'm from to tell their stories and kind of to reach more people. So when I'm keeping my name in our name in people's conscious, so when we get through this, we can jump back in and still can pick up where we left off. Because I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really keen on trying to go out and DJ in clubs right now. Mm-hmm. It's not a thing that I really want to do. You know, I've done a couple, but I don't really want to go there. So, but that's what we're doing. You know, when we're trying to, we're gonna continue to move on. And I'll let Wayne touch on some of the, you know, we probably gonna get back into the Black Market Sunday thing soon as we're able to. Go ahead, Wayne.
Definitely was going to say, you made a key point of pick up where we left off. I know I wasn't in the meeting for the first part of you talking about, but about the Black Market Sundays, we just chose to cancel a few situations, man, and just keep them on hold for now, doing all the COVID and everything like this. But we definitely going to pick back up when everything is over, you know, a whole new agenda. Just keep the kids active. I think that's the best thing to do right now in every neighborhood, not just our neighborhood. Try to branch out a little bit more. We have people from Culpeper. Shout out to my man Damon out there. But people, if you're doing something positive, people will help you. That's just that. So when you're doing positive, people tend to help you. Like I've noticed that when we do events, when we do events, people are willing to lend people money to help if they feel they're going in the right direction. Right. And definitely, man, we use that to help others. And that's our goal from here on out. Like you say, from the mountaintop, looking up to the clouds, that's the goal.
That's dope, man. Thank y'all.
Can I ask one more question?
Go ahead, Aaron.
All right, so this is for both fellas. So aside from yourselves,
okay,
you got one party. Who's the DJ?
Ooh. Hey, besides myself, whoa, man, we got to. I got it.
You got one party. It's you guys. It's your company did tens of millions of dollars. Whatever you celebrating. You got one party. Who's DJing that party? Aside from yourself. Man,
so I'm old. No, not me. You know, I'm old.
Right.
Sam the Beast from the East is the only DJ.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. What about you, Wayne?
You know what, man? I'm going locally. I'm going my man DJ Rush Hour.
Hey, shout out.
Okay, there you go.
Like both of them local,
I'm going DJ Rush Hour.
Yeah, and both of them local. Sam got the Seaville roots. You know, Rush Hour got the orange roots. Yeah,
definitely, man. And that'll be a wild party.
Good stuff, man. Hey, so any last word, any closing words, and definitely your contact information, you know, for folks who may want to support or hire.
Well, for me, Charles, I'll come back and talk later on it, man. But the other thing that I'm doing during COVID is writing a book based on my dissertation.
That's right.
And there's more. We can talk more about that later. But
got to have you back for that.
It's going to be, yeah. So that's what I'm doing. And between time, you can reach me on any social media platform. DJ Marvelous 703, and that's Black Market 540. I don't know if he's still on the line. Look like
every platform.
Okay. Oh, sorry, man.
What? No, you good. Yeah, Black Market 540 every platform. Definitely, man.
Cool. Man, thank
my
you,
humble opinion, man. I just want to thank y'all, man, for real.
It's all
y'all definitely have a great talk show, man. I listen to this thing like every week. Definitely pay attention to y'all, man. Real issues, real topics.
Appreciate that.
Sorry about the little pause this morning. A lot of stuff going on around here. You know, I'm trying to host a little kid party. I'm hosting a little kid party too.
That's what's up.
No, but yeah, man, definitely respect for y'all, Max, all the whole crew up there. Keep doing what y'all do. Definitely.
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. We will definitely be in touch. I'll kick it to you, Miss Max.
Yeah, so let's take a quick break, come back for these last 10 minutes, but very, very inspiring conversation. I'm sure there's some kids out there, some people that's looking for some direction out there who got something from that. Here, regular guys, Black men, face challenges in life just like everybody else, who did something with themselves, who developed something, who got goals, who, has a team and everybody supports one another. And so, it's all about, prospering themselves in their community. So I appreciate it. Very inspiring conversation.
That's
so
right.
thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.